Oh my God. So you saw one thing, but then you have 4 or 5 other things that it brings back to your memory of other people. This is interesting. And it's worth watching. It's very good.
Calming, engaged,
very smooth,
multi-sensory,
bright and vibrant.
so soothing. It was nothing like you see on TV.
What we're finding with the residents is that it's helping to calm those that might need to be calmed. It engages those that aren't having any kind of behavioral issues, but just are looking for something to do. And that activity is good for them because it does engage them. It brings memories back, some things that they might have seen or done in the past.
As a woman who is largely nonverbal, has a hard time attending to tasks sometimes, and definitely a hard time engaging particularly actively, but she laughed appropriately.
Very different from regular and cable television. It is more focused on the senses of sight and music rather than words that the residents are trying to follow along with.
We use it throughout our whole community. So we use it for not only long-term care, we use it for independent members that live in our community. Memory Lane TV has been a great investment for the seniors, not only therapeutically, but also financially too. It's very easy to use, it's relatively very inexpensive, and therapeutically it has supported many of the initiatives and quality that we're looking at. One being our ability to have a low antipsychotic rate.
I know that I've tried the one with the faces with several of the residents when they were agitated, and as soon as the little boy popped up on the screen, the mood of the room kind of shifted and we've got a lot of smiles.
Sometimes people would fall asleep, but they could wake up without worrying about what they missed or remembering from the beginning of a sequence to the end of a sequence.
What I thought was interesting was that if they were sleeping, eventually they woke back up and were engaging again, so that if the idea and the purpose behind this is to bring them down and to soothe them and to be relaxing, that it obviously did accomplish some of that.
She said, "I'm in love with everything, it's so beautiful, and I love the trees, and I love the leaves, and look at the cat." Yeah, she was great.
The sun going down, you see the evening animals coming out.
Just the moon and beautiful sun on the water, sun setting has a soothing effect and helps with the circadian rhythm.
You'll hear the coffee being poured, then you'll start smelling the baking bread, and it all kind of cues you, it's morning, it's morning, it's morning. So I think it's a great tool to help people start their day.
And the best time that we found was right after dinner. We'd take a select group in there. The ones that typically were your sundowners that would be up mostly a lot at night. And it was a great way to try to get them to be calm and relaxed before we would actually go and do HS care and get them ready for bed. And I think we did find that a lot of them did have improved sleep overnight.
I followed the development of Memory Lane TV from the very earliest stages, and I enjoyed the footage myself of the video clips and the musical soundtrack material very much. which helped me to understand the appeal of the clips, not only so soothing and calming for persons living with dementia, particularly during the sundown syndrome period of the day, but also their appeal to the caretakers themselves. The beautiful footage, the calming music, probably does as much for their mood as for the person they're caring for.
A couple who lives here at the Cedars had the opportunity to participate in Memory Lane. One of the members of the couple has dementia. And with this couple, I know it was an amazing experience for them to actually go through the process of producing and piecing together the pieces from their life. It was really customized to this couple and this person's life.
One of the nice things about it is we can individualize it for just one patient if they're having a particularly bad time, to calm them down, and it gets used every single day for at least 2 to 3 hours.
It's been a very great tool for the staff. As an administrator, you know, you always have a lot of people during the day in your facility, and the beauty that I like about Memory Lane TV, it gives the nurses a tool, especially on evenings and night shifts. So it's been a really good tool to use, especially on off shifts when there's not as much people in the nursing facility as the days, though we use it all the time throughout all our 3 shifts.
We try to give the staff tools that they need to be able to handle situations that come up with residents. And this is one more tool to help them to be able to engage a resident where they might be, they've used everything they can use and they're not sure where to go next. So this programming is a good addition to their toolbox.
She said, but it makes it so that I can get my job done. And I thought that was a really interesting perspective, because it doesn't change the intensity of everything that she has to do, but she was freed up. Like you said, she's not trying to answer call bells. And somebody said that there had to be less call bells and calling out during that time period.
When I was looking outside of the room, I noticed that it was much quieter and that the nurses and CNAs seemed like they had a lot more space to get their work done.
If we have one staff person who can run Memory Lane TV and offload the rest of the staff from actually having patients at their heels or the side, and then that physical space too.
My experience with Memory Lane TV has been unbelievable, and I definitely plan to use it as I grow my career. Seeing the residents' faces light up as they use Memory Lane TV and really relax has just been a great experience.
I think Memory Lane, compared to some of the other tools that we use, it's a multi-sensory approach, and it's non-pharmacological. So those are the 2 big things for me. And it's multi-sensory. Not only do you see the images on a screen, but it also has the sense part to it. And then the other thing too is we have a facilitator work with our residents, and we supplement the programs, which you'll see in your manual when you get Memory Lane TV. We have objects that they can touch, things that are associated with what they're seeing on the film screen.
It's the all-around perfect tool to use for the residents.
Don't take it away.